Why? Why so much hatred for women? And why so much hatred for men?
My name is Nderi. I'm the CEO for Inspire Action Africa. We are an NGO that is passionate about empowering women and girls, and therefore the issue of femicide and GBV is very close to our heart.
But we're happy to welcome you all in this wonderful conversation that we want to interact together. And I'm hoping that we can, all of us, engage in the conversation and be able to even spearhead this conversation further as we aim to continue advocating for, ending femicide and even GBV in our society.
And what is gender-based violence? But the gender-based violence can happen to both women and men. There are men who have gone through gender-based violence. So gender-based violence is not just about women or girls, it's about men and women. And it can be either physical, emotional, psychological, verbal. It can happen in many forms. Otherwise, it's not that femicide was not happening. It was happening in the past. GBV has been happening, but most people are not willing to talk about it. But now conversations are going on, and I want us to progress with this conversation in our spaces.
Well, why would a human being kill another one? It requires a lot of energy to kill. I've worked in war situations. I've talked with the soldiers. They have told me they kill for work. But some of them don't kill for work. They do it for other reasons. Femicide, it is intentional killing of a human being.
So I take this opportunity to most sincerely thank the CEO, Inspire Action Africa, fellow speakers, the participants. We feel privileged as a ministry to have participated in such an informative forum. I've also learned something. Femicide is just one of the GBV, gender-based violence, but now it has been isolated because of the form it has taken. There's a lot of, it's really escalating and very scary.
So we hold the key and the mantle to be the change maker. The way we talk of generational curses, there is more to it than that. The things we teach our children and even how you explain some of these things.
So as we proceeded, we began having a cohort of community champions, from the chiefs, from the youth, from the grandmas who, like she talked about, FGM, were some of the perpetrators on that, and getting to understand how do we deal with this gap here, reproductive health, what now we have modern terms on, period poverty, reproductive health, gender-based violence.
And today's event has been very successful because we have been able to raise awareness on this very, very impactful and very, very serious issue of femicide and GBV. For us, we do have a vision. We do have a vision in terms of ensuring that we are able to address femicide and GBV. We are not working alone. This is not an issue that we can work alone on. We want, and we are currently working with the State Department of Gender.
Today we are really very excited to have held a very successful event on gender-based violence and femicide, which is a very big and growing concern in this country, not only in Kenya actually, but also in Africa and the world at large.
Now, I think today's occasion was excellent from my own assessment, mainly in terms of learning, in terms of creating awareness, and in terms of going just not awareness for the sake of it, and also challenging people on what can be done. What is very critical, which I also did know, that there is a component that is involving men. I'm a very strong advocate of asking men to get on the table.
As you're aware, femicide has been on a rising trend, and the government has put a spotlight on it, on combating, which is one of the forms of GBV. So as government, a number of measures have been put in place to combat or fight against GBV. First and foremost, it has put in place legislative and policy frameworks. Some of these include the Sexual Offences Act of 2006, Prevention Against Domestic Violence Act of 2015, and PDV rules of 2020. As a ministry, We are very delighted that we had this opportunity to not just partner with Inspire Africa and like-minded organizations, and we hope this mission will go forward.
So we need collaborative effort like with Inspire Africa to train men on how to deal with and empower the woman. And I think that's critical, and that could probably help reduce this epidemic about gender-based violence.